Sveiki, mano vardas Narmin, aš esu iš Azerbaidžano ir gyvenu Lietuvoje apie 11 metų. I was born in Azerbaijan, in Baku, and I was raised there. I have two sisters that are older than me, and I'm the youngest kid at home. When I was a kid, I used to go to acrobatics, so I was going to some competitions as well, but that was like for 3-4 years, and then I stopped. So during school times, I really enjoyed going to quiz games in different parts of the town. And I really like these competitions, so there were also some of them on TV, like different formats, and I really love to try all of them. And one of those games was designed for the last year high school students, together with the Ministry of Education in Azerbaijan and with the university in North Cyprus, nearest university. So if you become one of the finalists of this game, you would get this high school diploma without an exam, get fully funded scholarship in North Cyprus. I studied there 2 years until one of my friends from Baku was visiting me in Cyprus, and she was leading one of the study abroad companies, and she was telling me about these opportunities in Europe as well, which was also my dream to go to Europe. So she told me about the opportunities in Poland, in Latvia, around this region. And I was like, okay, let's try to apply to one of these universities. And a few weeks later, I received the acceptance letter to Kaunas Technology University. My friend, without me knowing, she actually sent my documents there. That's how I ended up in Lithuania. Europe was completely new for my whole family, you know, like nobody really been here before. They don't know how safe it is here. This is a proper way of getting married in Azerbaijan also. And then at that time I was 18. They were not agreeing with me to go to Europe, but I was like, this was quite hard to get this scholarship, so I really want to go. My parents came with me for the first time to bring me here to see what's happening. When we arrived, and like my father was asking, okay, so where do we go? I'm like, okay, we need to go to Kaunas, that I know. Waiting there in the train station, there was drunk man approached us to ask for money, and there weren't not many people around, so I was like, oh my god, this is it. I don't think I'm going to Kaunas. I think my parents gonna take me back to Azerbaijan. Like they won't think that this is a very, you know, safe place. But it was okay. Later on, we made it to Kaunas. My first impression about Kaunas was like, okay, so I feel like we are probably somewhere in the suburbs of the city, so we will get to the center sometime. But later on I realized that that was the center and that was actually the city where we are. And it's quite opposite of Baku, which is very crowded, very noisy and lively, a lot of people, a lot of cars and buildings and so on. Once I graduated my bachelor and my family came for my graduation, and then we went to sit in the restaurant to celebrate it. That's when the question came, so when are you coming back? At that moment I knew that I'm not gonna go back, but I also did not know how I'm gonna stay as well. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm not, yes, I think I want to study masters and so on, which was not my initial, let's say, dream, but that would also give me another 2 years to extend the contract. So this is how each 2 years it renews. After graduation, I had a short break in the summer. And then I decided to come to Lithuania without having a job, without like studies, anything. I was already doing these quiz games in Kaunas, so I thought I'll continue doing those. When I was in Vilnius, I was thinking that I would like to start organizing here as well, and I was thinking of the places where it can happen. Once I was here at Lukiškės for the different event, I looked at the place and I saw the screen as well, and I was thinking oh, this would be a perfect place to actually have the quiz here. By accident, I actually bumped into someone who is responsible for the events here, and we started to chat. I introduced her the idea. They decided that we will give it a try and see how it goes. So we started organizing in Lukiškės. So the way I prepare my games usually are depending on the audience. So I ask people also where they are from, and I would like to create the questions for the audience itself. So it would be, of course, general knowledge, also about different countries and everything. But for me, it's important that people get really excited when they see the question about their country. People are afraid of coming sometimes. They think oh, okay, we don't know much, but that's the thing. What I'm trying to change with the quizzes is that it's not only about the fact that you know or you don't know. The way I like to design the questions is that your basically general knowledge of the world, of the things, would be enough sometimes to guess the answer. When I very first started, it was mostly internationals coming. But more and more Lithuanians also show interest, because I believe in Lithuania also protmūšis is quite popular. Whenever I host an event, for me the first question is that what do I want the audience to feel? So based on that, I would also design the atmosphere, design the event around. And what I want to bring is that in the midweek, some are stressful at the work. So I want to bring that excitement to their week, and also the connections and just positive vibes. When I was studying my bachelor's, I did a summer internship, and that was in Portugal, and that was with the company SPEAK. And the SPEAK's mission was to connect migrants, refugees with locals through language exchange and also through cultural events. And I really love the idea how it's connecting people in non-informal way, and I realized that this is also we've been missing in Kaunas, where I am at the time. How it started with the events, with a first Lithuanian language groups that was open for everyone, and then it started to grow. The idea is that anyone can join to lead the language group, and which they would get all the resources and small trainings to lead this. It's informal, but we also don't ask for any experience, because we just need the experience of a local and the fluency of the language. And they are helping others learn about their culture and language. So in Lithuania, naturally, Lithuanian language is the most known and most requested language group. And a lot of people are interested in learning it through these groups, and also locals are sharing about their culture and language. And at the same time, people from different countries also share their language and culture with others. So this kind of gives opportunity for both sides, for the locals to learn about the other cultures. With Lithuanians, I think they mostly request Spanish language that they want to learn. And we had also different languages until now: Japanese, Italian, Arabic, Turkish, and there are many more. In 2023, SPEAK Lithuania have received award from Lithuanian president. It's called Lietuvos galia, the power of Lithuania, in the innovative Lithuania category for the social impact that we are creating in in the country. With Azerbaijani community, sometimes we are invited to city festivals to showcase our culture, food, and different traditions. And sometimes I also like to organize some community events. I know there are a lot of people who want to celebrate or want to contribute, but they need some push, let's say. So with Nowruz event, for example, that when we celebrate Nowruz, I create a space, I organize the event from the outside, but I invite the communities to take part and show their traditions, show their food and culture. Yeah, this is a national dress from Azerbaijan for women. This is a skirt that you would put on. I usually bring it to the events where people can put it on and try. And the last event, yeah, the zipper did not survive, but I will fix it. Something like this, and then you put this on, and I don't see, but okay. Everything is in gold. Making carpets is a very ancient tradition in Azerbaijan. In different parts of the country, they make these carpets, and yeah, they are usually huge, detailed with the ornaments and everything. So yeah, this is just one of them, and then I have it everywhere. So even my mouse pad is Azerbaijan carpet. This is another pattern. This is a book of famous Azerbaijani poet. He's usually writing a lot about love, and I have this book, so I'm gonna pick one poem from here and I'm gonna read for you so you can understand how Azerbaijani sound. The title of the poem is The Best Thing in This City. Bu şehirde en güzel iş seni sevməkdir, sevmək. Səni bu şəhərin hər qarışında, yazında, yayında, qışında sevmək. Səni qaranlıqda, işıqda sevmək. Tellərini tükbətük, əllərini barmaq-barmaq sevmək. Hər gün sənə şeir yazıb, səni varaq-varaq sevmək. Yeah, it will be hard to translate fully, but it says, the best thing in the city is to love you. And to love you in the spring, in the summer, in the winter of this city, to love you in the dark, in the light, to love each of your hair and each of your finger, and every day to write you a poem and to love you paper to paper. Yeah, this is Goika. I just gave a name Goika because he's a sheep, and in Azerbaijani goyun is a sheep, and we add sometimes like this ending ka, as in when you want to call something cute. And he's with me, I think, around 22 years maybe. He has been traveling the world with me, and yeah, like the most loyal friend all the time throughout my journeys. And yeah, he's still here, and now he's chilling. Okay. How I got this? This was a kind of a COVID project. I was writing my master thesis at that time, and I needed more things to procrastinate writing it, and also like to stay sane during the COVID. I was learning a little bit, but then since I finished writing my thesis, I forgot about it as well, and I haven't really picked it up since. Sorry for your ears. I always dreamed of traveling before even coming here. I did not know how soon it will be possible and even how it will be possible. Since I did not have many friends in the beginning, I didn't know whom to travel with and how it is even like possible, you know, to get out of the country to another city. Šitą sutulu.
Reikia pašildyti.
Jeigu galima, tai ja. And even when I was in Lithuania, so I had this document that I can travel around Europe freely. Since I was waiting for like a quite long time, and then I decided that I'll just pick a safest country and I'll go by myself alone and see how I survive, let's say. Except, let's say, the neighboring countries that happened for some event or something. I chose first time to go alone to Norway. When I travel, I usually travel through, like, stay with the locals, like couch surfing. You know, you don't know who are you meeting, but according to the platform, you decide whom to stay with. And or I stay in the hostels and I meet different people. So more and more I traveled, I really fell in love with solo traveling, which is helping me understand myself, overcome the challenges, and also when you travel solo, you're actually never alone. You always find people around and you always meet different cultures, different places. Sometimes people think that you need a lot of money to do that, but it's sometimes I did without even money, and also like in one of my last trips I challenged myself, and then I also stayed in the temples to experience different religions. Even when I travel abroad, I hear Lithuanian, I'm like, oh my God, I want to talk to these people now. So, or like I hear someone's name, I'm like, oh, this is a Lithuanian name, so I want to talk to this person. So it's very nice now to understand like more languages, more people, more cultures, and connect with them around the world as well. I've lived in Kaunas most of the time. Now we are in Vilnius, actually one of my favorite parts of the Vilnius, Užupis. This is Azerbaijani. It says in the third one, insanın ölme hüququ vardır, ancak bu onun borcu değil. İnsanın sevme hüququ var. Interesting translation, actually. I love these cities are very creative and artistic, and in general, like people here also love to create, love to produce, some arts basically in different forms. And another favorite place for me is to ride a bicycle by Nemunas or by Neris, depending on which city I am and where I am located. So I really love that. And of course, like seaside is very beautiful, and the national parks. What makes Lithuania special is that having the access to nature very easily. Sometimes the winters were quite harsh. Before coming here, I never experienced minus 15, 20 in my life. And I was just questioning it, like, what do people wear here even to stay warm? I had no idea there are thermal clothes exist, because I never really needed it. And like I remember first time when we came, I went to the shop and we asked like, okay, give us the warmest jacket you have, so that my mom asked so that she knows that I'm warm enough. The name of the Baku itself, it means city of wind. It's warm, but it's also a very windy city. And Lithuania, as the name says, it's a lot of rain, and but also a lot of beauty, a lot of green in the city center, which I love about this place. At this point of my life, I've been traveling a lot and trying to find things outside, but there's always something bringing me back to Lithuania. Even though I thought that I will not stay here that long. I believe that there is some mission that I am doing, and I will keep doing that as long as I'm here, and I did not plan anything further.